The next topic that I have for us today is some two-man mechanics thoughts. And we spent a lot of the early preseason with our new umpires talking two-man mechanics and using these terminologies. But once we kind of get into games, I feel like a lot of our mechanics discussion kind of goes to the side and we more focus on rules and plays and specifics of those things. And I'm trying to always have something in these presentations about mechanics and how exactly we work in the two umpire system. So here we go. Let's talk some two-man mechanics. What is the working area? Well, the working area is the imaginary area that's behind the pitcher's mound. It connects positions B and C, and then it goes all the way to the back of the dirt circle of the pitcher's mound itself. So it's a square, rectangular, whatever you want to call it. And the thought behind this is that when you're in this area, the base umpire can get an angle on any play at any base with a step and a lean. That is really important because in two-man mechanics, we're all about taking the angle to the play and not necessarily thinking where we are in distance and proximity to the play, especially whenever there are multiple runners on base, our plate umpire staying at the plate, and the base umpire is the one that's responsible for three bases at the same time. So in the working area, the goal is you are centered in such a way that with a step and a lean, you will be able to have an angle on a play at any of the three bases. And angle is the most important aspect of what we do. It is exponentially more important than distance. When we start talking about three umpires or four umpire mechanics here in the next few weeks, we'll start talking how we trade off now. There are more bodies on the field, more umpires working, where we can think distance now, not necessarily angle. Your angle is still very important, but we're going to think, hey, how is my proximity to the play going to be? But that's for later. For right now, two umpires, the angle is the most important thing. We much would rather have a good angle on the play and be further away than be close to the play but really have a bad angle. So with that, I just wanted to give another image for some people that this might help. So B position is on the second base side of the pitcher's mound. Again, you're halfway between the pitcher's rubber and second base. C position, same thing over on the shortstop side. And that box, that is the working area. It goes all the way from B and C position on either side to the back side of the dirt circle around the pitcher's mound. And again, this is a great spot for a base umpire to be in, especially if you have multiple runners. So you got a runner at second that starts at second base and he's rounding third, and you got a batter runner that's rounding first base. You can't overcommit yourself to either one, to first or to third, because there could be plays at both of those. You got to stay kind of in the center. We split the difference. We get in the working area and get ready to build our angle. So with that being said, we have a couple plays that we're going to look at the base umpire utilizing the working area. So in this situation, we have no outs. We have a runner at second base. Umpire is in C position. Again, when you start, you're in the back of the working area. So let's take a look and see what happens in this play.
He's out.
So, again, you can't see the play at third base. You just have to trust me that he was out because he was out. So on this play, again, watch the ball is hit. Umpire's going to step up and turn face the ball. That is always your first play. Step up, turn face the ball. I immediately read that this is a base hit to the outfield, and I know that that runner from third is going to be trying to score or making an aggressive rounding of a third. And this is where your IQ of baseball needs to start coming in, because the center fielder has the baseball and he's going to be throwing it home. You, as a base umpire getting to the working area, you might be in the way of this throw. You need to figure out who your cutoff person is. So my eyes are looking at first base, looking at the touch of first base, but I'm also reading the first baseman because he's coming in hard, because he's going to attempt to be our cutoff man. And so I'm going to let him pass me. So he's going to be in front of me and I'm going to go behind him. So that way I'm out of the way of the throw. Sorry. So Now the cutoff man doesn't cut the ball off, but instead the pitcher cuts the ball off. Now look at where I am in the working area. I am right smack dab in the center of the working area. I have runner over here rounding first base. That's the batter runner rounding first base. I've got a runner who took an aggressive turn at third. Again, he's off camera. You just have to trust me. And the pitcher sees this and jumps in and cuts the ball off. So here's my starting position. Now I have a play being made at third. I'm able to get a step and a lean. I actually got a crossover step. And notice I went away from the play. I needed to build an angle on this with how the play was developing. Again, you have to trust me on it going back into the base. But I chose to go away from the play to get a better angle, then moving towards the play and keeping my same angle that I already had, which really was pretty much a closed look. And that last little lean on my front foot, that's allowing my head to get over in the wedge just a little more to see the actual tag.
He's out.
And I can't commit myself to third base on this because I still have the batter runner rounding first base. Let's say that the ball squibs around, or we have an aggressive throw or aggressive rounding of first base by the batter runner. I have to still be in a position where I can take that play as well. So that's why the working area is really important. Let's watch this one more time.
He's out.
So utilizing the working area, keeping all of the things in front of you. One last thing I did want to show you real fast is the concept of chest to ball. We always want to keep our chest to the baseball, and you can use your head to look at runners, but we always want to keep our chest to the baseball. So as this throw is being made, so I've said here, okay, so chest to baseball right here, the throw is being made, and notice my chest turns with the baseball. As the baseball goes past me, my chest turns with it. And the reason being is nothing can happen without the baseball. You have to know where the baseball is at all times. Your body should be square to the baseball. And this allows me to read. Now I'm seeing what's going on at third base for the pitcher to cut the ball off and make an attempt. And I'm one step ahead of that play into third base. So another thought, keep your chest to ball. We got another play. Take a look at this one. This is going to be a little bit different, but some similar ideas.
Oh yeah! Oh my God!
Contact. He's out.
Wow, what a crazy play. Let's break it down. So before we begin, we have a runner at second and third. Again, second and third base runner is off screen. We have a fly ball that is hit to the outfield. There's less than 2 outs. Fly ball's hit to the outfield. Our first thought is potential tagging situation. So if you watch the base umpire, I'm moving backwards a little bit. I'm trying to widen my field of view so that way I can see the touch in the outfield. I can see the runner in my peripheral vision. I'm lining that up. This is the base umpire's catch, no catch. It is also my tag at second base. It is the plate umpire's tag of third base. Okay, this ball is misplayed in the outfield, and now runners are going to start running.
Oh yeah! Oh my God!
So similar thing here. Now we have multiple runners. I have not been able to move really into the working area. I'm kind of on the very edge of the working area, the very left side of the working area, but we have multiple runners now, and we've got a runner caught between second and third. Now, as a base umpire with multiple runners, you cannot overcommit yourself to this rundown. You have to stay in the center and split the difference. Can you take a couple of steps? Yes, you can. But ultimately, you have to, in the back of your brain, be thinking, I have another runner. I have to make sure that I'm prepared for the next play. Focus your energy on this play, but I can't allow myself to get sucked into this rundown so that way I'm out of position for the next play. Good job by our plate umpire realizing that, hey, we have a rundown now. I'm going to come up and see if I can help. Notice, even as the rundown is happening, the base umpire is just taking 2 or 3 steps one way. 2 or 3 steps one way. Don't allow yourself to get sucked in because you're going to find yourself out of position.
Caught a tag. He's out.
So right here, I now have a tag and he's out, and I'm on the very edge of the working area. And I can tell we have a play at second base. And so as we said, in the working area with a step and a lean, you should be able to get an angle on the play. So there's my starting position.
Out.
And there's my finish position. Now, the ball got all the way to second base, went all the way to the outfield, but had the ball been caught, I would have had an angle, actually did have an angle on that play. Let's watch that one more time, back and kind of from this point.
Tag. He's out.
Okay, so now the crazy stuff happens. Nobody is in right field now. The batter runner who was at the plate, who's now at second base, is going to come all the way around to score, and this is where our plate umpire is going to beat him from third base back to home. Nicely done. So a very wild play, but the biggest takeaway is utilize the working area as a base umpire. No, you've got multiple runners. You have to always split the difference, and don't let yourself get sucked in. Let's watch this one from start to finish one more time.
Oh yeah! Oh my God! 3!
Caught a tag. He's out.